Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel where once again we will be returning to my Ashton Fictional Airport series. Today our topic will be that of update number 4. For starters, you can see that the far left side of the terminal is currently undergoing construction, as it has been for some time. However, I'm pleased to say that construction will be completed by the next update, so I wonder how that will turn out. Anyways, let's get into it. Up first, we have this nice and blue Breeze Airways A220-300, which as you can see is pushing back for its service to Windsor locks. Directly aside from that is this United Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in a new livery, of course. This aircraft just came in from Washington Dulles, and so it is currently unloading some baggage as well as deplaning the passengers. Since this fictional airport is located somewhere in between Oklahoma and Arkansas, it's in the perfect place for a 737 MAX 8 to take this journey. So far, United has services directly from Ashton to its main hubs such as Chicago, Newark, and now Washington, D.C. Following that is an uncommon visitor, this JetBlue A321neo titled A Midsummer Night's Dream. This aircraft is also unloading baggage as it just arrived in from Boston. JetBlue doesn't have much of a focus on servicing Ashton, but they do offer low-cost fares to the East Coast twice a week. On Sundays, they service the Ashton to Boston route, and on Fridays, they have service to and from LaGuardia and Queens. Moving on, we have this Delta 737-900ER. This aircraft is currently being serviced for its upcoming flight to Salt Lake City. Congratulations to Delta for activating this new route, as prior to this they only had flights to Atlanta using their A220-100 planes. I find it ironic that they're using a larger plane for a secondary hub and a smaller plane for their headquartered hub, but demand does fluctuate in mysterious ways. Now onto some true regional aircraft. We first have this American Eagle Bombardier CRJ-200, which is currently deplaning its passengers as it just arrived in from Chicago O'Hare on behalf of Air Wisconsin. Although Air Cheese did halt operations under United Express, they still operate many to all of American Eagle's CRJ-100 and CRJ-200 aircraft types. And last at the terminal today is this American Eagle CRJ-700. This aircraft is currently intaking some power from its attached GPU, receiving its catering, as well as preparing to load up passengers. Today, this aircraft will be taking a hop over to Ronald Reagan National Airport in the capital. Although I'm sure this distance isn't very common for any CRJ service, they will be loading extra fuel and barely any checked baggage, so it seems logical. And now we can take a capturing look at the current progress of the airport's construction, which will be adding 2 regional heart stands as well as extra local cafes. However, gates 1 and 2 of the main terminal will be temporarily shut down to reposition the taxi lines and ramp markings to accommodate for such a compact addition to the apron. Moving on to the cargo terminal, we first up have this FedEx Express Boeing 767-300F, which is currently the only aircraft parked on the cargo apron, but as you can see the ramp next to it is preparing to service its arriving UPS aircraft. Anyway, the aircraft is loading up all of its cargo and packages to deliver to people around the globe. Interestingly enough, there's more focus on bulk cargo rather than the average baggage-sized cargo, as you can see by the unusual amount of cargo containers being loaded aboard. Besides that, this 767 will be heading out to Fort Lauderdale on the east coast of Florida once ground service is complete. And as the final aircraft of today's update, we have this UPS Boeing 757-200 freighter, which right now is presently taxiing to the ramp we talked about earlier to deplane its cargo, as it just flew in from Rockford up in Illinois. Other than that, that is going to conclude this month's update of my 1:400 scale fictional airport. I look forward to the finalization of the new Concourse, as I'm sure it will bring more attention to my small airport. Although this update wasn't a very busy one, it definitely shows the path of which this fictional airport is on. For now though, I can't say for sure where that path will lead. What I do know is that people really seem to like Ashton. Anyways everyone, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the video, and until next time, fly safe.